Alrighty, everybody. Good evening. My name is Rob Gearing. I'm the admin and owner of Traffic Leads to Income VM and leader of Team Massive Success, which is part of Team to Profit. And I'm joined by 7 great folks, maybe more will be joining us in a bit. But we have Carlos, Carrie, Felice, Norman. We have Tony, Will, and Donna joined us. So glad to have everybody on board tonight. And we're going to get into just some basic stuff. Some, just some preliminary information, and then I'm going to just go into Q&A. So our fine panel here is going to ask me questions, and there's already one formulated, which I'm looking forward to answering. So Felice gave me a little heads up. So, but he's going to, ask his question live here, so everybody will hear it, and we'll hopefully get other questions from the panel as well. There we go. So that's kind of what we're doing tonight. I'm going to flip into screen share and share on my from my desktop here, or laptop rather. And there we are. There's our intro screen. Join me every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time for our Massive Success webinar. Now, when you click on Massive Success Webinar, and you find this page at robgearing.com/webinar, or if you're a Team to Profit member, robgearing.com/webinar and the number 2. Slightly different. It's the bottom link, the very final piece here, where my mouse is right there. That's different on those 2 pages. Everything else is exactly the same. And note that Massive Success Webinar live link, excuse me, that is a link to my blog, which kind of gives each week's topic a bonus code where you can get 10,000 bonus credits at Traffic Leads to Income VM. Yes, 10,000. Remember it was 1,000? That's the big change. So I'm kind of redoing my prize structure, and I figured let me do the 10,000 credits on the blog, make you do a little work. You don't have to ask for anything. You don't have to send a support ticket. You just grab those every week, and then room access, the latest recording, and the MMS plan for non-Team to Profit members, and the custom funnel for Team to Profit members. So again, webinar, robgearing.com/webinar. For those that are not in Team to Profit, and robgearing.com/webinar2 for those that are. Okay, so that's the first thing I wanted to share. The next thing I wanted to share is, our primary focus in these meetings, I'm just waiting for the window to roll here, is Traffic Leads to Income VM. So I'm going to go ahead and log in using my special Team to Profit login. Okay, so let me go ahead and log in. Yes, that should get me in. So let's see what happened. I think I already logged in, so it's the JV upgrade. That's a great upgrade. So even Team to Profit level members have the opportunity to upgrade to a lifetime upgrade, which is a pretty solid one. And that's what we generally offered as a one-time offer, though it's offered more than one time to all of our Team to Profit members. So you may be asking, you may be a Team to Profit member and be wondering, why should I do that? Well, with that JV upgrade, it gives you a couple of really powerful things. It gives you better in everything. So you can read the specs. I mean, it tells you can mail 4 times a day versus 2 times a day as a graduate / Team to Profit level member, et cetera, et cetera. So you can go down the list and see the differences. But one of the things I always like to point out is you get the custom funnel for half price. Okay, you get a half price 50% off coupon for my custom funnel, which is a very, very powerful marketing funnel. We give you specific coaching on how to really go out and get 50% opt-in rate, basically, with good paid traffic. And that's pretty good. If you're paying for 100 clicks and getting 50 leads, that's pretty good. So I would think the marketing world would be interested in that for sure. And the other big thing is you get total customization at the JV level. And what I mean by that is if you want to create a true marketing funnel, you've got to do what? You've got to be able to potentially take things out of a downline builder that you're not a part of and add things that you are at the JV level, JV lifetime upgrade level. You have that capability. So that's very powerful in addition to everything else that you get. So I did want to stop on that front. And let me just move forward here. See if we have any other specials that come up now. Okay, so now we're in our back office. Once you're logged in, you see step 1 of Traffic Leads to Income VM. So we encourage you to follow our 7 marketing steps, which creates a free marketing funnel for you and ultimately will explain to you within that process how to get the coveted custom funnel, and work with me personally in no matter what business or opportunity that you're in to create a heck of a business driver and income driver for yourself. But there are specific things that you have to do. Some of them you may like, some of them you may not like, but I've learned you got to do the right things in this business to create success. And there's a lot of things that we don't always want to do in life. But if you want true success in online marketing and in digital marketing, network marketing, internet marketing, whatever you want to call it, whatever we do here, there are certain things that I've learned from some pretty high level people that they do consistently, and it works every time. But not everybody wants to do it because not everybody in life becomes successful. But when you come to a meeting like this, you have the opportunity to be in that 1%, 5%, whatever number that you want to throw out there. But you got to be willing to do whatever it takes to be successful. And that's really the first key thing I want to point out to everybody tonight. So, but before I get into too much more, I want to say if you're not a member of Traffic Leads to Income VM, for my live group, let us know. Are you a member? Yes or no? You can do that in the chat. Hit the chat button at the bottom of your screen. Are you a member? Yes or no? If you're not, you really should get back to the person who invited you and lock that down. Or if you're a Team to Profit member, you just go to your downline builder in Team to Profit, and it's right there, Traffic Leads to Income VM. So we want to make sure everybody's a member. Okay. Before we start rattling on about 7 steps and whatnot. The next thing is to say what's our prizes tonight. Well, I'm going to do a drawing. So after the recording, the folks that are here live will have a chance to win a login spotlight ad. So we'll see what date we have available. We just gave one away to Janet Legier, I believe, last week, and somebody else that I'm not sure they got back to me on what they need, on what I needed to set up their ad. So, but we gave away 2 last week. So we'll give away 1 this week. So that'll be after the recording is over. The other thing is, if you're a free undergraduate member, where it says right here, you have X amount of credits in your X account. It could be undergraduate, graduate, Team to Profit, JV, TL2L, which is a top level. So if you're an undergraduate, all I need you to do, just simply do this. I do ask us for a support ticket on this. Click on FAQs and just hit Ask Admin and say, I want my Team to Profit upgrade. I'll know exactly what that means. So that's whether you're here live listening to the recording. It could be 5 months later and you found this on YouTube or whatever. I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to take care of you on that. So that's the one thing I want to tell everybody who's an undergraduate. Make sure you get your free Team to Profit level upgrade. If you already have an upgrade and it's a paid one that renews, send me a support ticket and say, I have a paid recurring upgrade. Can you level me up a notch? So I will take you up 1 level, and that'll stay there until your renewal happens. So that could bump you from a graduate to a JV, from a JV to a TL2L. And there's advantages to each one of these levels. You get more and more as you go up the spectrum in Traffic Leads to Income VM. So we're not doing the 10,000 credits anymore because that's on the blog, right? Remember, robgearing.com/webinar or webinar 2, depending on if you are Team to Profit or not. So that's where your 10,000 credit prize is at. Excuse me. So take advantage of that. And if you want to know more about Team to Profit, well, let me show you. Go to Downline Builder. Click on that. Go to Income and see if it's there for you or not. If it's there, check it out. At the very least, you can get a free customer membership and take advantage of the 7-minute workout. You can take it further from a business standpoint, but if you already have a primary business and only want the health aspect, that's fine. If you don't see Team to Profit here, that means your sponsor has another focus for you. So I encourage you to stay with your sponsor's focus always. That's why we have the Downline Builder. That's why we have the high levels where people can delete and add. There are a few undeletable things, but I didn't want to force Team to Profit in that regard because, again, since it has an opportunity attached to it, people sometimes come here with an existing opportunity. So we want to support that. We want to support everybody and help everybody become successful. So that's all the preliminary stuff. And then from that point, enjoy your upgrade. You know, you may be working with us in Team the Profit, you may not. You may be working with your sponsor. It could be one of us, maybe not. But take advantage of what this program has to offer. Go through your 7 steps of training, read everything carefully, watch the videos, which are all back online now, and you know, let's get you into massive success. So that's kind of my introductory story tonight. So now I'm going to stop the screen share, put in my earpiece, and now everybody's live back with me here. So this is awesome. I don't think we've done one of these for a while. So I think I had Felice as the first question asker. So Felice, I'm going to bring you on live here. Ask away, then mute yourself, and I'll give you my my thoughts. So go ahead. Shoot.
Awesome. Can you hear me?
Oh, awesomely. I can hear you fine.
Okay, great. So my biggest hurdle is in creating emails for follow-up series.
Okay.
I know
Email follow-ups.
I know
Okay.
different people have, you know, swipes available and so forth, but I don't know if your program covers that at all.
Yeah, very good, Felice. There's a lot there. So I'm going to spend some time probably on emails in general. Okay, so let's just kind of pick away at this here. So one of the things, I'm going to start with a tip actually for Felice and everybody here. So whatever company you're working with, the program you're working with, the team that you're working with, I recommend opting into some of the leaders' lead capture pages to start receiving their emails. And you'd be surprised, you know, what kind of great stuff that you're going to receive. And most leaders are going to say, yeah, you can certainly tweak my stuff. Don't maybe use it verbatim, you know, but you can certainly get a lot of ideas that way and start building up a cache of emails, whether they be part of an autoresponder series or individual broadcasts that you do. So that's a thought that I've you know, heard out there, and I've actually taken advantage of it. And sometimes you don't even think about it, and you go, duh. And I still get emails from various people that I look at and I say, nah, it's too personal. I can't really replicate that, but maybe it gives me an idea to go out and shoot a video or write a blog and integrate that into the email. You know, or I maybe stay pretty closely with what they put out there because it's universal and it kind of fits me as well. So just make sure you get a good feel, that because it has to resonate with you. Otherwise, it probably won't resonate with your subscribers, if that makes any sense. There has to be that honesty and integrity of marketing. And then Will mentioned that Mike Potvin, I would think that's who that is, did a great job covering that in a previous webinar. So I think all those recordings, because you know, you're part of Team the Profit and now Lifestyle Felice, so I think that that's accessible. You know, you can find that recording, or Will can share it with you where to find it. And yeah, certainly listening to what, you know, other leaders have to say about emails and swipes and whatnot. You know, companies like Now Lifestyle and other companies out there, every company probably has in their back office emails that you can utilize and customize. Then there's that moment where you just sit down and you just craft something, and it comes from your heart, and you put it out there. And that's a transcendency moment, because then that's like, okay, now I'm stepping forward and I'm being, you know, being a leader. I'm, you know, taking a shot, and maybe it's well received, maybe it's not, but it's a good moment when that happens. Traffic Leads to Income VM does provide an email series. If you go to your back office, Felice, and I'm assuming you're a member, if not, join from your Team to Profit downline builder under the correct sponsor, and go to Affiliate Toolbox, and then click on, or actually scroll down, and you'll see various emails. I have a very general series that I've used for years as part of my MMS, Massive Marketing Success System. So those 5 emails are laid out there, and then some other content is there too, and some of it relates directly to promoting and marketing Traffic Leads to Income VM. And if you promote and market Traffic Leads to Income VM, what happens? You bring somebody in and they go through training. They link up with your company because you have them, again, customization of the funnel and everything. So it's an amazing thing to think that I can promote something different than my primary business and actually bring in trained people for it, or bring in people who will go through training and, you know, kind of walk right through my my primary opportunity. We've been doing that for years here, and you know, we're going to continue doing that. But my final thing on email is, I don't live and die email. Email to me is white noise. Email to me is background. Email to me is a kind of a back curtain. Email is tough. Tons of it never makes it to the people. It goes into spam boxes. It goes into junk folders. You know, you have fluctuating open rates that will steadily decline over time, and then you gotta do this or that, and get a new email address and start clean again, and then it degrades again, and so it's a constant battle and war to try to get open rates, to try to get clicks. So I try to set up a marketing system that has that as a fallback net, but I'm going to try to do things as people opt in. Your initial opening email is one of the key things that fires. That first firing email, if it's something that it's not a done for you, and it's something that's one of your custom pieces, make sure that it is the best of the best, because your open rate will get cut in half on email 2, half again on email 3, and by email 4 or 5, they're gone. So you got to hit them fast with really strong upfront content, a strong landing page. You hopefully get them into the company as a free sign up or whatnot, which will get you a phone number, which will allow you to text, which will allow you to make a call, which will allow you to quickly abandon the thought that you're going to rely solely on email, because internet marketers live on a 1% and 2% edge, and there's not many that can do that. It's just impossible. So we've learned that we need to be internet networking, relationship marketers. And we can't say, I'm not going to call people. I'm not here for that. We're not going to say, I'm not going to make a video and put that on my landing page and look people in the eye. We can't say, I'm not going to do this or I'm not going to do that. You got to do everything, right? If you're scraping to survive, if you want to make it, you got to do everything. It's not picking, unless you're a millionaire, you're not picking and choosing what you need to do. You've got to do everything, and you got to have courage, and you can't take a day off, and you can't get down about it. You got to come back and scrap. I've had good webinars, bad webinars. Bad webinar, I come back next week, I have a good webinar. Maybe I have 2 mediocre ones, but then I come back strong. I don't give up, quit. I don't pick days when I'm not going to follow up with my people. I don't pick days where I'm not going to have paid traffic running. I'm not going to pick days where I'm not going to do my commitment. You make a commitment of what you're going to do, and you do it. So I know that's long-winded, but it gave us a topic, actually, which is good, and a good one indeed. And thank you, Will, for the compliment. So any other questions? Let's get another good one. Who else would like to get on and ask a question? That'd be awesome. Now, if you're shy, you can type it, because I'm watching the chat window here, but just unmute yourself and let her rip, I'm patient. Remember, we're being recorded, so we have an audience. We can't make them wait too long. Who else? Carlos, Carrie, Norman, Tony Walker, Will. Again, you can unmute and speak, or you can type it. Traffic leads to income VM, custom funnel, or let me put it in the right order. Traffic leads to income VM, 7 steps to success, custom funnel. How about team to profit? How about general? Like Felice's question was a good general question, which put me on a rant. Probably one more good one will put me on a rant and finish us up tonight. So, no? Nothing? Okay, Will.
I have another one.
Okay, and then I'll do Will's. Good.
Okay.
Good, Felice.
Can you talk about finding congruent offers?
Finding congruent offers.
Right, and putting together, possibly a funnel, right? You want to be able to offer different things that are not, I guess, in the same line, I imagine.
Well, it depends on what you're trying to do. I mean, I like congruency, actually. I'm a big fan of congruent funnel, which means everything ties together and works. Now, when you build an email list, Felice, which if you follow a lot of the things that I do and teach, you're going to have a list. They may have opted into this or that, but they probably opted in. If you're following me, they probably opted into maybe a general, sort of generic thing. And I mean, it gave them a specific, but there they are still on your list. They didn't join your team. They didn't come forward into your company. So if you do have another offer, you can always broadcast. Now you have to watch you don't burn out the list. I think congruency maybe in your question there makes sense, because if I'm doing health and wellness, and then I'm going to come in with something completely different, you got to watch, because, then you may be taking on too much. There's always general information that can be put out. There can always be relationship type information. Doesn't always have to be an offer. I'm going to read what Will says here. Brand yourself first. They join you, not the company, even though our focus is the company. So I think writing a blog article about either a business or non-business topic and getting a response, and just, it's just kind of getting people to know, like, and trust you as well. I think if we get into that mindset of everything's an offer, I fall for that too. I think that hurts us, and that's when your open rates go down to nothing, and people just see you maybe not as a spammer because you're not, because they opted in, but I don't know, they just are like, that's just another advertisement to get me to join a company, versus how about something that they should be, like Will says, they should be joining you, the individual. Oh, by the way, what's your company? Versus, oh, it's another company, right? So how do we get in front of the company? Is Will's point there, if I'm saying that right? Yeah. Provide help, don't sell. Yeah, I mean, it's passive selling. I'll make a little reference, and I always worry people are gonna think, oh, there it is, he put the hook in right there. But it's a balance. It really is. I'm not doing this for charity. I'm not doing this for complete non-business, not-for-profit, right? But I can't beat you on the head with offers and things like that. If you know and like and trust me, and you hear something about something I'm offering, then you're gonna, even if you don't have all the details, you may hunt me down and ask me. And that's, you want to be chased. You don't want to be chasing. You want to be chased. So you can be a little bit of a tease too. So to answer Will's question, how do you stay motivated? Wow, that's a good one. That's a life thing there, Will. That's a life thing. How do you stay motivated? I think you stay motivated by making commitments and living up to them, and pushing yourself to meet those commitments. So you've got to say, and I'll just use this Tuesday night meeting as an example. Okay, so my day today, I'll tell you what my day is. I'm totally transparent. Today was taking mom to the doctor day, because I have a mother, as we all do, and she's 81 years old, God bless her, and she's doing well, but she has had some medical issues. And today we were focusing on the rheumatoid arthritis. Now I live an hour away from her, so I've got a 4-hour back and forth, because I bring her to the city for better medical care than in the country. So I've got a back and forth. I've got a 4-hour plus round trip meeting, or time that I'm spending in the process of to getting her to the doctor, which can be taxing, and all that stuff that you have to deal with in the office. And then we go out for lunch, and then we come back to her house, and I help her maybe get her pills set up, go over a few things, make sure her trash is out. What else can I do to help you? She's still on her own, but when I'm there, I'm going to do all that I can. So I know I had the Tuesday meeting. That's why I put out the little teaser that said, hey, I may not be able to hit that, because I'm thinking, well, who knows? I may stick around and do this or that other thing. But then when I got in, when I'm with my family, I'm not much thinking about business. I wasn't checking my Facebook. I swear, very, very little activity. But then I know, okay, I'm on my way back home. My mind starts working. I set that contingency up because I knew there was a shot, but I didn't let it affect my day. So I'm motivated to do my Tuesday night meeting. It's a line in the sand for me. And I could have said, hey, it's been a long day. It's 5 o'clock. I've been out since I was up at 5 in the morning, because my son's heading back to University of Alabama. So his sister and his mom have to get some things situated. So I was up with them at 5 and blah, blah, blah. So, but no, I'm going to be here at 8 p.m. Eastern time every Tuesday night. And that's what motivates me in one aspect. The other motivation, I just think anymore, I think maybe I would have answered that question 5, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, a little differently. I was really just driven to make money. And then I made it and I succeeded. So now I've got to come up with other things to keep it going, to sustain it, and to keep that fire burning and not get complacent. And I chose the Tuesday night meeting as one thing that's a line in the sand. I set up my appointment calendar, usually on Saturdays. I offer that to my team to book 15 minutes. So if you're bringing people in, you should be putting an offer out to work with them. So that motivates me, because I know I have to do that. And then just the daily duties. I have a complete system in my mind of, I don't even need to write it down. I get up in the morning, I do my I check everything, but it's quick, and it takes about a half an hour to check my, let's see, at first I have my, first I start with my iPad, and that's where I'm checking my email. I usually look at my Now Lifestyle commission, see if I made any money. That's important, right? And maybe any late signups that came in that I still need to send that welcome text to, see if I can find them on Facebook by typing their name in, all the follow-up stuff that we talk about. And then maybe some other, I keep some, sites open on my iPad, just things that I'm checking, maybe traffic leads to income, VM admin area. Then I do have a couple email accounts that I'm going through and checking, deleting, cleaning that up. And then I move to my phone, which I'm checking Facebook, my Gmail. I have some things that pop up sometimes on LinkedIn that actually they're not really even online business related. And by my Instagram, I've been growing that and having some success with that. So I keep an eye on my Instagram. Then I just check on my laptop. I have my other email account. I need to clean that up. There could be somebody that replied to one of my emails, right, that are going out through the autoresponders and whatnot, which happens. And then I check Skype and say, good morning, everybody. I'll go to Facebook, check the groups. I may do that on my phone versus laptop. So all that could be a half an hour, 45 minutes, or an hour, that whole thing, okay? But I do that every day, right, 7 days a week. Then I have my life. So I'd walk away, do my life. I have my paid advertising. I forgot to mention, I do my Referral Frenzy free viral mailer advertising, which is in steps 5 and 6 of Traffic Leads to Income VM. So I'm hitting my free advertising with a couple clicks, boom, I maybe sent out about 75,000 emails, and I'll garner a handful of leads from that. And my paid advertising is always running 30, it's 7 days a week, 30 days in a month, 365 paid advertising. So during the course of the day, I get notified that I have somebody to follow up with, a new free customer in my business that I'm doing outside of Traffic Leads to Income VM. So I send them that, do they have a phone number? Send the welcome magic text, as we call it. Then if they reply, I have a whole chain of getting them moved forward and getting started, right? And then this meeting, other meetings, one-on-ones, the coaching calendar that I put out there, then there's going to be appointments during the course of the week. And I make that calendar contrary to different other activities. So when I'm stepping away, I know I've got something with my mom, something with the family, and I am arranging my calendar around the family so that I have a balance with family and business. But everybody knows, and the family's cool with it. If I got a hot lead, somebody just texted me, hey guys, I'll catch up with you in a minute, blah blah blah, log in, hit upgrade, okay, take the all in, okay, and then we give each other a high five. Hey, you know what, I just made $500 for the family. That's great. That's how we make our living. And what's great is that person who makes an investment comes into something that's a quality product, service, something I'm proud to offer. They're set up for success, and you're also celebrating that fact. So how do I stay motivated? It's having structure. It's having a schedule, and it's not acceptable to not do it. It's not acceptable to not do it. Okay. So the only way you can do this is Janet Legier can hold you accountable a little bit. I can hold you accountable a little bit. Your upline sponsor, the program that you're in, upline owner, whatever, but they can't really. You've got to hold yourself accountable is what you got to do. You've got to hold yourself accountable every day for every action activity. And if you're not where you want to be, you're either not spending enough time, you don't have it set up right, you're not willing to invest in what it takes to succeed. You're making excuses versus taking action, period. So that's a big, long answer to that question. Anything else? Any other questions? Because as you can see, I will take a question and work it for about 10 minutes. So, which I think is okay, hopefully. I'm not scaring everybody away. You're still here, so. Okay, what else? That's good. Feel good about it. This is what open Q&A is. But we'll do this maybe once a month. And, I want everybody to participate. So, if you don't want to say it, which I do encourage everybody to be brave in life, just follow that, take that fear and throw it in the garbage. If you're afraid to jump on a mic in front of 7 people or hundreds of people who are going to watch a recording, that's something to work on. That's something to focus on. So, okay. So no more written questions. But think about questions for next time, whether they be typed in or spoken. All right. So great meeting. I think we covered some good stuff. We hit emails really hard. We hit motivation hard. So I hit your question hard, Will. I know you stepped away, so there'll be a recording. You'll get my complete answer on how to stay motivated, and hopefully you'll like it. I went into some really fine detail on how I do it. And wife calls, you go. That's the way that goes. I get that. How long you been married, Will? I've been married for 22 years. 21. Wow, we're very similar. That's why we still are. And that's an important thing. I don't even have to, say that, because that's what, to me, that's huge. So awesome. Thank you very much. Make sure you guys grab your bonus credits on the blog and send me support tickets if that applies to you. So for my live audience, thank you. Stay tuned for the drawing, and we'll see who wins the Login Spotlight ad, and we'll maybe even get it set up, before we hang up here. For those watching the recording, thank you. And to everybody's massive success. See you next week. Thank you.